Morning show, Fly Cry, Uncle James, Hall of Fame.
Yo, these are paid. I'm the original host. Chris Thomas, the mayor in Vegas. With Layla, call her the Vegases. Every time you on the radio, you say it's us. Plus, we got Terminator X on the cut. In the public, the enemy gets off in the cut. Run up like a mad mix with the cubic cuts. Your music gonna make you through the butt. We're storing for show. We're here to introduce you to the morning show.
Chris is chillin', Terminator's chillin', Hall of Famers reppin', people what you think. Layla is chillin', Soren is chillin', Click work for Billy and we got mad links. James Gang reppin', Big Wig reppin', Akron, Cleveland, LA to Vegas. Fly Cry, LeBron James around. I'm a pro model, I see you bring the cap.
What's up, Vegas? It's me, Chris Thomas, and welcome to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Okay, we're ready to rock today. We got some great topics, and we're going to have a great show. And for those of you who are listening all over the world, what's up? Want to introduce the host of the show. I want to bring in Soren Baker, the ambassador of hip-hop. What's happening?
Man, good to be here, Chris, and glad to see everybody.
All right, Miss Fantastic Nuni Naru.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
The Hall of Famer, the X-Man, Terminator X. What's happening?
Peace and love. What's up?
All right, and I'm sure that Mad Links will be chiming in shortly. And Layla Lopez, I guess she's on assignment. So she'll be here the first of the year to let us know about everything that went on in the year 2025. But right about now, let's talk about our sponsors. The Great Record Promoter. Also, we are on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Chris Thomas Show, Las Vegas. Now, let's talk about Linda Wills. This book is selling. I mean, she's been one of our sponsors for the last several months. And I think that those of you who are into music and listen to the radio and want to find out, and if you're going to, this is how it's done, through people such as her, the Great Record Promoter, Linda Wills on Amazon. And, of course, always 100% sucker-free brands. That's the hot sauce, the coffee, and some other stuff is about to come your way. And also, Noonie, tell us a little bit about Man Pretty.
Listen, don't wait till the holidays. Get your Man Pretty. Listen, don't be sitting here trying to grab these gas station colognes. Go ahead into the Naked Face store or manpretty.store and act like you care, okay? Get your 25% off everything this holiday. Use code KSPH21. Oh, no, sorry, 25. I apologize for that. Ladies, Man Pretty will have him smelling good and have you sitting a little closer. That's the scent that makes nights feel intentional, okay, ladies? I'm telling you, it smells real nice, real nice. So go ahead and get your man and woman mood booster at nakedface.store, manpretty.store, and go ahead on Amazon and type in Naked Face and get you some Man Pretty.
And I'm just going to tell, the other day, several ladies noticed my skin. They say, your skin ain't, and what little hair you have is looking good. So whatever it is with the ingredients, and it's natural ingredients, thank you, Man Pretty. Now, Noonie, what's the topics of today's show?
Oh, listen, what's really going on? Bay Area Energy on standby this morning. We got to send big love and respect to Ebro as he steps back, but says NYC hip-hop coverage can go on. Meanwhile, we got Marino out here disgusted and clashing with 50 Cent over a podcast buyout. And we got an American citizen tackled and detained by ICE. Baby, we just going to unpack a lot of mess. And then also we got, the media world. Couldn't get more wild. Netflix and iHeart is talking about marriage. We're going to talk about that today. So stick around here on the Chris Thomas Show.
I think they think about merging together.
But I know that's a marriage. I ain't know they're going to get together, marrying each other.
Exactly. So let's get the show rolling. Here is the BO quote of the day.
This is BO the 44th with the celebrity quote of the day. If you want to know what God thinks of money, just look at the people he gave it to. Quoted by Dorothy Parker. And that was the celebrity quote of the day. Now back to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team live from Vegas on KSHP 107.1 FM and 1400 AM. Enjoy your day, everybody.
Oh,
Is love, love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love.
and if nobody told you today, Vegas and world, they love you. We do. I mean, seriously.
And
Seriously,
happy
we do.
birthday. Happy birthday to
Oh.
anybody's birthday today. I got to
Oh.
because I know it's somebody's birthday today. I know it's somebody getting ready for the weekend.
What R. Kelly used to say, and I know somebody's birthday is tonight somewhere. All right.
Out there.
Also, you can listen to the Chris Thomas Show on these platforms. This is East to the West Radio, Live 365, Melodious Radio, Cheddar Vision Radio, 101 Jams, Connected Radio, Greatest DJs Radio, and WUBI Live, Ubiquity Radio and TV. Now it's time to have a little love and happiness. This is Diamond D.
This is Diamond D with where I'm giving you some love advice, some happiness advice, some everyday good advice to make your day a little more loving. Have you heard the old expression that you don't marry a person, but you marry their entire family? In-law problems can contribute to marital dysfunction, but here are some tips on how to handle the most common in-law issues. Number 1, if the in-laws are too controlling or undermine a partner's decision. First, have a conversation with the partner to address and acknowledge the problem. And second, present a unified position against the in-law in support of the other partner. Number 2, if the in-laws have no boundaries and frequently visit unannounced and treat the partner's home as their very own home. First, make a deliberate effort not to share or volunteer personal or confidential information with the in-laws. And second, have a conversation with the in-laws about boundaries, respect, and etiquette. This is Diamond D with Love and Happiness. Be sure to check me out on Facebook and SoundCloud, where I'm working to make your day a little more loving.
Or I would say to Diamond D, or the family on the other side is crooks and thieves. I remember that happened to that great Redskin safety, Sean Taylor, with his stepsister, brought some family and friends over, and guess what happened? So, I mean, it's a flip of a coin, because if you have it and they don't, she's going to bring them. It's nothing against the mama or daddy, but why now? What do you think, Noonie?
Listen, if you had these problems before I came along, I'm gonna need you to have this checked at the door, because we shouldn't be having no in-law problems. Seriously, and then that's on both sides. You need to do your investigation a little better. You know what I'm saying? If family is your thing, you need to check out the family before you get that ring. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, because no. Hey, I'm all about protecting my family peace, which is my immediate family and the ones that I make going further. So nah, we can't be doing all that. Yeah, get that check nipped in the bud. I shouldn't be fighting your battles all the time for you. No, you should be handling that on your own. That's your family.
Right.
I'm just adding.
Or she tells you her brother is getting out of jail and he has to live with you for a while.
No, he don't. Why he got my? No, he don't.
What about you, Sword?
Well, the reality is that if this is happening, that means it's been happening long before you were on the scene. It's happening while you're on the scene. It's going to happen while you're on the scene, and after you are on the scene if you end up leaving. So that's just the reality. You got to, as they say, open your eyes, see what you can see, and you're going to see something you don't like. So if this is what's already going on, standard operating procedure, all bad business.
All right, and he served 20 years. What about you, Links?
Well, I mean, I tend to think this. If you're really on the same page with somebody, and somebody that you're with usually tends to be of the same ilk, so to speak. So
Right.
their family tends to be of that same quote unquote ilk as well. And now, if you happen to catch the odd one out, and again, y'all two on the same page, your partner's also gonna know her family ain't ish. So that conversation is gonna be very clear between the two of y'all. Hey, look, I know we going to Thanksgiving, I know we going to Christmas dinner, and we know what it's gonna be. So like, look, we always are over here, and we know that uncle, auntie, and them is doing what they do, and they crazy. But usually, again, you're supposed to be on the same page already. Now, if you're not, then that is a telltale sign of something much greater than just that one specific incident or somebody filtering in some noise on the other side. But anybody who I've been with, pretty much they and their family tends to be very much alike. And for the couple that weren't, they're like, look, I got 6 siblings, but this one over here, nah. So just know when we get there, what we walking into.
I think that's what happened to Terminator. Is that what happened to Terminator?
Nah, but like Lance was saying, if you're doing your research like you should, you also be on the same page before y'all even get married. You should have probably kind of know that about the other side before you get married. And yeah, Ray, I ain't coming home and Ray got his feet up on my table. I'm just saying.
No.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
But Terminator, the remix is when Lil Ray got his feet on the table. That's when he really got work. That's the real problem.
Yeah, you got to nip that bud from day one. Yeah.
Then both of them got to go.
Before we get to our first topic, let's go to the All-American Humor Awards Sin City Comedy Spotlight. This is my buddy, and this guy right here is a funny dude. Let's listen to Eddie Bryant here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team.
DC, they building up so much, the animals ain't got nowhere to go. We have loose deer running around in the middle of the city. They smoking cigarettes and everything. They outside like, man, can you please help me get back to some woods or something, man? I swear. 2 squirrels from the hood jumping, talking about I'm trying to steal their nuts. Man, a crackhead caught a deer in my neighborhood and tried to sell it to me at the gas station. I thought he was trying to sell me some deer meat. You know how they steal the meat out the store? Like, I got some deer. I'm like, that's venison, that's good meat. Bring it over to the car. He brought me back a live deer on a belt buckle. I'm in the parking lot. Sir, how did you get this belt buckle around this deer's neck?
All righty. So that was Eddie Bryant on the All-American Humor Awards Sin City Comedy Spotlight. Now let's get to our first topic. Bay Swade sends well wishes to Embro. Says New York City hip hop coverage will carry on.
Ebro?
So we're gonna listen. No, I said that's the way it's spelled. Ebro.
Yeah, I thought you said embryo.
No, I didn't say embryo. I say Embro. Ebro.
Okay.
Ebro.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, some people spell their name and it's pronounced another different way. But this is how is how their parents gave it to them, or they collectively call themselves. So let's listen to him speak.
First of all, let's do a trick check. You look fantastic. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Like the glasses for to the side. We love that.
A little Balenci.
Okay, jacket is super cute. Pants, fire.
This is all black. You know what I'm saying?
All black.
Cold
Okay.
outside.
So tell us what you're doing today.
So we give it back, man, to the kids. I always do this every year. If it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, even like back to school.
Right. Why is that important to you?
Kids is everything, man.
Right.
This is the right video.
Yeah, it's the right video.
Ask you, right? Got a new project out. Take us through that.
So I had dropped my album, Damaged Thoughts,
Okay.
Then I dropped the EP after that. Just my fans, just just keep it going, staying consistent. So yeah, we ain't go ahead. A new EP, Swiggity, is out now. Go get that.
I love that. So we gotta ask you, right? Ebro in the morning. A lot of people are talking about Ebro leaving behind his Some people even saying, you know what, this is good for the culture. I mean, what do you think about that? I know it's
shout out Ebro, man. That's my guy, man. Always gotta give a big shout out to him. I don't really want to get into all of that.
No, of course.
But Ebro, my guy, he always show love to me every time, man. So I want to give a big shout out to him, and I want to give him his flowers, man.
Are you concerned?
Okay. We're gonna leave it there. So I'm really trying to. I know that's Bass Wade. So I'm trying to figure out. Do anybody know what he's talking about?
I don't know who he is.
Go ahead, look, here's the thing. Ebro and his whole crew got fired from Hot 97. I listen to them almost every morning, or did now. Basically, everybody, all these broadcasters, all these stations are renewing their licenses, and they scared of who. And Ebro and them, they speak out. They don't say anything outrageous, outlandish. They just tell the truth. But some people can't take the truth. So essentially, that's what happened. They got pink slips for telling the truth.
Okay. Well, I mean, is that really what's about to happen? Because it seems like more people who listen are the ones that love people to talk about other people and snap on them and stuff like that. So I don't think radio has any existence without some of that. What about you, Mad Links?
I mean, so I don't even know who the hell I was talking on the video, but in any case, when it comes down to it, what were the ratings? The ratings are what matter. And they've been getting their ass beat by the Breakfast Club for a long, long time. And when it comes down to it, they have the machine known as iHeart behind them in regards of marketing, in regards of relationships, in regards of resources. So that's going to be a hard team to beat. But in regards to, some things that, a lot of things that were outside of this, where actually Ebro was speaking, talking about how the culture of Hot 97 and WBLS don't care about Black music and Black culture. I was offended by it because I'm like, dude, you were the program director for a lot of years. So everything on the programming side came through you. What the hell was you doing? You led the charge to allow things to get to where they at now. So the whole mumble rap thing, you were at the gate. You were the gatekeeper when that was happening. So now all of a sudden they don't care because now they want to let you go? Nah, man, I'm not buying it, bro. Like you led that charge way back when you was a program director in the 2000s. So miss me with this whole diatribe of what he's trying to talk about. No, bro, your ratings suck. You had a great run. It's over. All right, move on to the next.
All right. Okay, Noonie, what do you think? I mean, we're on the radio, so hope iHeart or Netflix don't come in and tell Mark we want the station.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I really don't have much information on it or whatever. But again, if your work is not showing your work, then they gotta replace you. So that's if that's the content of the of the situation. But again, I don't have much information on it, and good luck to the fellas, whatever they're trying to do.
Okay, Soren.
Yeah, I mean, as usual, I'm gonna echo what Madeline said. You can't help fan the flames of a fire that you say has burned the house down, and then when you call the fire department, blame everybody except yourself when you started the fire. So it's like, or you threw gasoline on the fire, or you started the fire, or you participated in the fire. You're an arsonist, dog. Like, what are we doing? I can't ride with it. The self-righteousness of this stuff never ceases to amaze me when put under the magnifying glass. So, it is what it is, man.
And I can't say that it's because Trump is in office. I just leave the man alone unless you got something clear to say. And that's all I can say. Speak the news, speak your truth. All right. Now it's time for our R&B soul mix. Terminator, what you got?
For the soul mix, we got Soul to Soul, Dennis Edwards, Donny Hathaway, and Dial Tone, the producer, and Parliament. All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Look, it's one heading on the
Someone to count on in a world ever changing. Here I am, stuck where you stand. What you need is a lover, a man to take over. Oh girl, don't look any further. Strange when you think of the chances that we both be in a state of mind. Too cool to be careless, looking for the right thing. Oh baby, don't look any further.
Hang on, mistletoe, I'm gonna get you together this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. Fireside blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here, my world is filled with cheer and you this Christmas. And as I look around, your eyes outshine the town that you this Christmas. Fireside blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Dow's on the producer. Dow's on the producer. Let's go! Let's get it.
It's not on.
Yeah, I'm the producer. Yeah, I'm the producer. Let's go!
Hi, this is Louis Mastillo from Mike and Molly and The Sopranos. When I'm in Las Vegas, I listen to Chris Thomas and the Top Notch Team.
All right, it's time for this station ID here on the Chris Thomas Show with the Top Notch All Star Team.
You're listening to the Chris Thomas Show with the All-Star Team with DJ Terminator X, Soren Baker, Nuni LaRue, DJ Matt Links, and Layla Lopez right here on KSHP Radio, 107.1 FM and 1400 AM Las Vegas.
All right, Terminator, that was formidable.
Formidable.
That yes, that's right.
Formidable.
And that was
Terminator
brought to
about
you
to go
by
boxing.
and that was brought to you by 100% sucker-free brands. Now it's time for Noonie News. Nosy Newsy.
Guys, yes, I'm being truly nosy today. I'm being so nosy. I'm in LA, okay? Now, LA done traded in human drivers for Google Tesla with trust issues, okay? And baby, it's giving who ordered an extra passenger. Picture this. You call for a ride for your daughter, and it shows up with a boogeyman in the back. I ain't lying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how this happens. I don't understand why y'all trusting it. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I'm thinking, why would a mother order a driveless car for her daughter? Like, that's just parenting within itself. But I already got trust issues with Siri, Alexa, and or a vending machine for not dropping out the right chips. And now we got a self-driving cars, and I don't trust it at all. But Terminator, can you roll the clip for me? This is just crazy.
What are you in the trunk?
That's why, man, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, I'm over here. Yeah, they won't let me out.
Why are you in it?
Huh? They just put me in here.
Who put you in?
The
what?
The people. I'm like, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Just look.
And I have everything recorded as well. I appreciate it.
You can cut it.
And
He
feel
said
recording
the
up in
people
here.
put him in
Anything?
here. When she had
All
put
righty.
him in here, he said the people put him in here. I sir, you is not in the underground. What is going on here? This is why I got trust issues. Stuff driving themselves. You got extra people. I didn't ask for an escape room lift edition. I didn't ask for none of that. You know what I'm saying? So this just is scary within itself. But I do got a question for the panel though. Matt Links, I want to ask you. Do you think we're putting too much trust in technology, or we just tired of people that we rather deal with robots than messy Uber drivers with bad breath?
Well, you asked a bunch of stuff, so let me just deal with the first one. The first answer is hell yes. Now, here's the issue. It's not about what people are tired of dealing with. It's about having an employee that doesn't ask for a raise, that doesn't even ask for a salary, that doesn't get tired, that does not need HR, that doesn't have to deal with striking. That's what has to deal with. So these companies are tired of people because they have to compensate people where they don't have to compensate software. So that becomes the issue. But besides that, this is very interesting. It takes me back just briefly to a series that I used to love called Dexter. It used to air on the Showtime network. And at the end of season 4, for anybody who has ever watched this, there was a very similar situation for the season finale. And I thought this was the dumbest idea of all time for the title character to try to execute his vision of trying to do what he was trying to do. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it didn't make any sense. So now to see it in real time, in real life, just proves how stupid that was.
He said the people.
Continue. Yeah, the people. Never know who the people was. It's always the people.
Exactly.
You know, they hating who they.
That's all he had to say. Okay, Soren, if your daughter opened the trunk and found a man trying to figure out where he was at, what's your first move?
Stop, no, and don't. Stop. Do not get in that car. No, you will not be riding here. And dude, don't talk to my daughter. That's what would be real quick.
Man, I'll be opening up the trunk. Boop, 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 boop. What you doing up here? I ain't called for you. This supposed to be selfless. Self-driving. Okay, let's see. And let's see, Terminator. How do you feel about self-driving cars? What's your thought about that?
Well, let me get to what's first on my mind. I'll get back to that.
Okay.
But he's trying to say somebody put him back there. It looks like to me that he hid back there because it looks like he got plenty of room to slide out of there. So he was there scheming. That's what he was doing.
Wait.
He was waiting for a victim. That's what he was doing back there. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I don't care if there is an Uber driver or a human person. You still gotta watch your back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's just that goes along with the territory. You get on the subway, you gotta watch your back. You know what I mean? But yes, we are putting too much faith in AI and technology and like Link said, it's all about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt, but by the way, for those of you, and I saw this for the very first time during my visit to LA, where I saw my brother Soren, the Wemo vehicles, which are the self-driving cars.
That's what we talking about.
No, I got you. But I just want to make sure that I'm being specific to that because now there's some other players in the market. So the Wemo, actually, one has driven recently into a bed of wet concrete, and another one in Arizona, unfortunately and sadly, actually has killed a person. So while all the technology always feels like it's great, Tesla with the self-driving cars, but lest we forget, there were actually deaths that took place during the very early stages of a lot of this. There was a Tesla vehicle in particular that drove into straight into the side of a 18-wheeler because the sensors could not determine that it was actually a vehicle or a blockage of some type. It's all it saw was a reflection, so it thought it was a clear path through, and ultimately somebody died in the interim.
Man, that's crazy. Like this stuff is crazy. Okay, Chris, we still, as you say, the whole panel said we're not trusting them, but we still gonna trust them, or we gonna go back to horseback riding and stuff.
I was gonna say, look, they trying to put the 18-wheelers out there with no driver.
I know.
So what happens when that goes wrong?
They already have Terminator.
What happens when that not kills 50 people?
Well, I can just say this. When I was in San Francisco, and I know that's part of Los Angeles or California, I saw all those self-driving cars, and it was unbelievable. But if somebody was in the back of my trunk, he's not going to make it to his next destination.
You understand?
For real, because he's getting one of those crowbars bust across his head. But that's just a sign of today's time. He needs to grow up because I think society is allowing people just to do what they do. And they don't understand that this can terrorize a person who gets in a car and this guy's in the trunk. Now that means that it doesn't have any sensors to indicate that somebody can get in the car. So when is it going to happen again?
That is crazy. Listen, y'all, this whole story is why I don't even trust my microwave. Okay, if it beeped too early, and now my car beeped too late. You know what I'm saying? They wanted flying cars. Instead, we got creeps in the trunk in Tesla. Okay, so the merge on.
So here's the thing. This is a lot of folks don't like government. They don't like government oversight. But this is why you need government oversight, and you need the right people doing the oversight.
Indeed.
So this type of stuff doesn't go on.
Exactly. I mean, I heard that they're about to open up the nuclear place called 3 Mile Island. They're about to open that up in 2 more years. So they had that on the news. So, and they said one reactor was still open. I mean, was still working at the same time. Well,
moral of the story: if your car don't got a driver, it better have some stay away either. Okay, some sensors let them know it's an extra body in the car because I ain't got time for no Fast and the Curious. Okay, but this has been Nosy News. Now back to you, Chris Thomas.
All right, that was Nosy News, and that was brought to you by Man Purdy. Now let's hear this advertisement from Man Purdy.
Fellas, our skin and beards deserve the best, and Man Pretty by The Naked Face gives us just that. Feel the power of organic ingredients ethically sourced. Man Pretty features skin and hair care products with natural and organic ingredients, no GMO, artificial or synthetic fillers, and is completely sulfate-free. Listen, guys, scented or unscented, The Naked Face has designed Man Pretty just for us. Because trust me, the ladies notice.
Yes, we do.
Man Pretty Skin and Beard Care. Get yours at thenakedface.store.
And y'all got that young lady's number? I'm just saying.
Well, that's what a lady said to me. Yes, we did.
I thought that was Noonie. That's not you, Noonie.
Hey, stop it. Hey, listen, every time I hear that commercial, I think about pick up the phone.
And now it's time for unique access. All right, Soren Baker.
Yes. Thank you, Chris. So today I found this clip, and it's my good friend Razkaz talking about some of the pride that he felt seeing his sons in the group Coast Contra perform, and how he was just low key celebrating them. So, as we like to do here on the Chris Thomas Show, is celebrate greatness. So, after we play the clip, after Terminator plays the clip, I'd like to get each one of the panel members to talk about something that one of their family members did that they wanted to highlight and showcase and give praise to. So, Terminator, when you're ready, let's make it happen here on the Chris Thomas Show.
You are also a father of some incredible talents.
Thank you.
For people who don't know, who are your sons?
My sons are Raz Austin and Taj Austin. They're twins in a group called Coast Contra.
Coast Contra has been
rocking.
I wouldn't say they brought back the freestyle thing, but like they literally created a buzz and just
off of freestyle.
Like watch, we're gonna rap. And it's going to be
at a table,
undeniable,
right?
and it's a thing now.
Yeah, man.
How cool has that been for you as a father to just see that?
It's for one, it's surreal to me. I remember them asking me to go to a showcase. You know, we were doing songs together, but I hadn't seen them perform. And I remember when I went in, I saw my homeboy, a dude named Tone Lopez. We were like the OGs in the spot, right? And I'm like, "What you doing here?" He's like, "I came to check out these dudes. There's this other group who's awesome too."
Right.
And then he's like, "What you doing here?" I'm like, my kids is performing. I'm, moral support. Anyway, they rock. I remember he was like, "Yo, who them niggas?" I was like, "That's my kids." And so he just fell in love with him. He actually put him on their first tour, the Chordation. So Tone is like Chris Brown's tour manager and all that. So he like that relationship opened that door. But I remember thinking like when I looked at him, because I was like, I thought they were good, but I'm biased. I couldn't even say if I liked it or not because I felt like I was gonna be biased. But then when Tone was like, "This is dope," and I was like, okay, all right. So it's not my bias. It's actually that they are dope.
Yes. So shout out to Razkaz. As always, you can check out a lot of my interviews with him on Unique Access Entertainment on YouTube. And today, let's get some shout outs to some of our family and friends that have done great things out there in the world. Mad Links, who's somebody that's close to you that's done a great job you wanted to give a shout out to today.
Man, well, first, the only thing I can think right now and want to talk about is shouts out to Razkaz, who has always been one of my favorite MCs ever. I always feel as though that he's been robbed by the industry for not being able to have the type of output that he really has deserved. He's one of the greatest MCs that has ever picked up a mic or a pen. And it now all makes sense that that Coast Contra, those are his kids. That makes my whole mind was just blown during that entire clip, because it now, like I said, it all comes into focus. It all makes sense that his kids are involved in this. So just salute the Razkaz, man. That's all I got to say. And if you get a chance, man, Coast Contra, definitely. The very first time I saw them, they gave me some, and not from an artistic standpoint, but it gave me like some very early Wu-Tang Clan type of vibes, and just immensely talented. And in an era where mumble rap has basically taken hip hop out of the conversation of pop music and whatnot, it's great to know that things like Coast Contra are still actually happening. So, Soren, thank you very much for bringing the story full circle.
Yes. Thank you, Mad Links. Noonie, what about you? Somebody you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my grandfather, William Poochie Townsend. I am proud of him just for being exactly who he is, a Vietnam vet who served his country and came home and served his family even harder. A true example of love and integrity, strong values, and even stronger love for his family. So he's just a real guy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just proud of him just being exactly who you are and instilling what he instilled in me. So.
Well, there it is. Salute the service right there, Noonie. So thank you for that. Terminator, who's a family or a friend you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of family doing their thing, but I guess we're talking about entertainment. I got a cousin, Alan Lawson. He was a child prodigy violinist, and I don't have a list here of his accomplishments and folks he's played with, but yeah, Alan Lawson, great violinist.
I gotta look
Shout
him
out
up
to him.
again.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to him. And Chris, who's a family or friend that you're really happy to see be doing so well right now?
Oh, my mom, who's 91 years old,
All right, Mom.
and next week she'll be 92. But I want to give a shout out to those people who don't understand about hip hop. Daryl Brooks and Tiger Flower was the first promoters to take chances on hip hop. They did the Tougher Than Leather tour, the Raising Hell tour. So they are the first ones to put it on the road. So I want to give Daryl Brooks, who was my manager for 15 years, a shout out.
Yes, sir. Daryl Brooks.
Yes. I had a chance to meet him when I was in Maryland one time last year.
Yeah.
So, or earlier this year, I should say.
What about you, Soren?
Man, I always shout out so many people, but I always shout out my parents, my Uncle Dion. I got to give a shout out to my brother Grant today. Grant is a ESOL English as second language teacher in Maryland, and Grant does a lot of great things in the community. Close to where we grew up in Maryland, and has 2 great children and wife and everything. So shout out my brother Grant. Love you, man. And proud to see everything that you've been doing and continue to do.
All right. And that was brought to you by the book that's selling all over the place, The Great Record Promoter by Linda Wills. Now let's listen to Linda Wills and about her book.
What if your passion could change the sound of a generation? From the streets of Washington, D.C. to the spotlight of the music industry, Linda Wills defied the odds, and she shares her story of perseverance, purpose, and power in her book, The Music Industry, The Great Record Promoter, available on Amazon. When you read The Great Record Promoter, author Linda Wills will take you on a journey from her challenging childhood to her rise as one of the most influential women in music. She promoted legends like Al Green, Salt and Pepper, and Tupac, just to name a few. And she discovered the highs and the heartbreaks of love, faith, and fame. Experience the story behind the music from the woman who helped make it happen. Experience the untold story about a legendary recording artist that will leave you amazed. And order your copy of The Music Industry, The Great Record Promoter from author Linda Wills. Available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover edition.
What a great gift to give. Man Purdy, and of course, the book by Linda Wills, The Great Record Promoter. And here's our next DJ Spotlight. And this guy is formidable. DJ Mad Links, what we got?
Man, hitting you guys off with something that may have not been heard before. My man Malibu Mitch, and actually talking about Coast Contra today, and in the spirit of real hip hop, dropping that, followed up by some clips and Pharrell. So without further ado, here's the hip hop mix on the Chris Thomas Show.
Mad Links.
Take on your money. She trying to get a fast one. Now you trying to get higher. Take it to the mansions. Trying to sing it to the choir. You're talking to the prince.
You ain't know. I'm the man around here. I'd have been overseas where the birds don't fly. You ain't know. I'm the man around here. I'd have been overseas where the birds don't fly. You ain't know. I'm the man around here. I'd have been overseas where the birds don't fly. You ain't know. I'm self-made in the suit. I'm counting hundreds in a coupe. I'm in the bitch named Crew.
Back to bone, that's my back to bone, that's my back to bone, that's my rag and bone, that's my fit. Back to bone, that's my rag and bone, that's my fit. Fours at 4 that's that shit. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip. Okay, back to bomb, that's my rag and bomb, that's my fit. Take shots, take some flicks. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip.
I'm all about Peter, but my uptown gator skin. You see me backing out his way, come another one. Skipping over like I'm hopping in double dutch. Smoking past, catch me rolling another. Throwing subs, but I don't really give a Get them on the line, now they getting their feelings hurt, that's a bombshell. Savage like a mobster, boogie man from the boogie down, I'm a mobster. You got a problem, we go solve it. Grow a hater every day, cause they jump on my either way.
Back to bomb, that's my rag and bomb, that's my fit. Foreigns at 4am, that's that shit. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip. Okay, back to bomb, that's my rag and bomb, that's my fit. Take shots, take some flicks. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip.
I be taking shots and getting lit. You should see the way the angles hitting off in the flicks. Bundles blowing in the air when I'm driving the whip. I need my bread up front or we cock back the grip. I mean, I'd rather do it gangster. Stay away from the wingsters, cause me don't have time for no basics. Real pull up from the basement. I'm dumb next, they never wanna face it. Until I pop up on their radio. Now they diddy bopping all up in my videos. Lit mommy chatting all up on the stereo. Cause that's the petty popping in me getting plenty dough. You already
back to bomb, that's my rag and bomb, that's my fit. Foreigns at 4am, that's that shit. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip. Okay, back to bomb, that's my rag and bomb, that's my fit. Take shots, take some flicks. Benjamin Crew, baby, that's my clip.
I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean, the sun like bright as can be. F80 not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B and ain't driving to C. The pad made the Eiffel Army won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I want the Rolls Royce with the drinks off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back, send it for the Gordo pies. Pick up the Toro and drive straight up the 405. The way that the board is designed, I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245. Hit him, make sure that he dies. The text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain pours and I'm hearing their cries. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Then the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the EBITDA. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up? I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us. Yeah. Sure they want me hit her like an archer. Sure they want me hit her like an archer. Sure they want me hit her like an archer. But I'm not that sprint, so I starve her. Sure they want me hit her like an archer. But I'm not that sprint, so I starve her. How we fit 30 studs in the collar. Open the sunroof, wave to my father. Remembering the shipments at the Portsmouth Harbor. Something for the face numbers and the nodders. Grew up playing real life Contra. Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight, now I live behind the gate. Should DJ the way they digging through the crates. Busting bricks on a plate. I need more space to make pace. The rap house is running out of tape. The drug money busting out the safes. Scammers running in and out of chase. Bottle servers running out of ace. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Then the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the EBITDA. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up? I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe, it ain't there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us.
What up, y'all? This is Ed Lover, the living legend. I'm in Vegas. I'm chilling with my man Chris Thomas and the top-notch all-star team. Come on, son.
All right, that was formidable. That was DJ Mad Links. Now it's time for us to listen to the message of hope here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team.
It's so great with fear that you cannot focus on God. All you know at that point is that you have more questions than answers. And sometimes there are no easy solutions, especially when you are hurting and in pain. However, what we can know for certain is that our Heavenly Father is good and loving. Absolutely nothing touches our lives without some benefit. Even though we may not understand what is going on, In due season and due time, God wants to teach us, and God will refine us, and God will transform us into God's image. God does not forget or forsake us. God is always ready for nurturing, teaching, and blessing. So do not lose heart today. Do not let your doubts overcome you. Hang on to the truth that God is still involved in your life and that you matter to God. And trust that somehow, some way, God is working all of this out for God's glory and for your good. Our power thought is, Jesus, I don't understand it all, but I will trust you. Have a blessed day.
Amen.
Amen.
And now let's talk about the American citizen, because we have a couple things that's going on. They haven't found the Brownsville University shooter, and they have so many people looking for this guy. I just want to ask the panel before we get to the American citizen tackled and being choked by ICE. Do you think they're close to finding the guy from Brownsville? Mad Links?
Honestly, I don't know enough about the situation, but with the amount of cameras that are available, I can't see it being a case that this person is not found. Look how quickly they were able to find the shooter of the CEO of the insurance company in New York City, and that's not an easy thing to be able to do. So, and I understand that the powers that be may consider him to be part of the 1% and whatnot. So, an attack on one of them is an attack on all resources are going to be thrown at it. But it's just we live in a surveillance state. So, at some point, I just cannot see it being in the case where this person is not found, or a person is not found, let's say.
Okay, Soren?
I agree. I also think that I agree with Matt Links, but I also think we have to say and remember, sometimes stuff is not instant. It takes time to find people. Sometimes it takes time to get caught, and sometimes it takes a minute. So, yes, I think the person or people will be caught, but it might take a minute.
So suppose it happened 100 times on the same day. Nobody would find nobody.
I disagree. I mean, listen, ever since the Patriot Act took place, and by the way, if the Patriot Act went on the floor of Congress on September 10th of 2001, the ACLU would have been so on top of that, and that document would have been shredded to the finite, like you wouldn't even be able to see the paper nor the ink that created it. But because it happens after a momentous event like September 11th, history has shown us that let something like that happen, and we will gladly give up all of our rights and our freedoms to just save me and protect me. So as a result, everybody who has a cell phone, even if that cell phone is not on, they're able to track it. They're able to find exactly where you're at, what you have said, what you've done. It's all there. So people, they don't walk without them, even when they're going with the purpose of doing evil. So if it does happen 100 times, if it happens 10,000 or 100,000 times, the data is there. And now with AI, they're able to put that on it to where you can find so much of that tracking information within seconds.
Right. Noonie?
All I got to say is they found CK shooter really fast. So this shouldn't be so hard.
Okay. Terminator?
They're going to find them. Let's move on. We're running low on time.
They're gonna find them.
So
they're gonna find them.
So we got around about 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about this guy he's American citizen. I don't know how they determine who's from this country and who's not. Well, let's listen to him talk, because he was very upset, and I would be too. All right.
Better to be standing in front of all these cameras and microphones. But what happened to me cannot stay quiet. What happened to me was unjust, uncalled for. I was simply on my lunch break. I literally went downstairs from my building. I wasn't even outside for mere seconds before I seen a masked person running at me full speed. He tackled me, pushed me inside the restaurant, like as you can see in the video. I told him I'm a U.S. citizen. What is going on? He didn't seem to care. He dragged me outside through the snow while I was handcuffed, restrained, helpless, and he pushed me to the ground and he put me in a chokehold. That was very uncalled for. I thought I got really hurt, and after that they put me inside the vehicle. And
Okay. So what I want to know, how are they determining who's a U.S. citizen and who's not? We're going to start off with you real quick. We got around about 4 minutes. Mad Links.
I don't know. That's an excellent question. And I think that obviously what this young man went through as an American citizen, you should not have to deal with that. And, but playing devil's advocate for a moment, the job that is bestowed upon ICE is not an easy one, but you still have to deal with people with some humanity and make sure that you are dealing with the right person. We've seen far too many instances where people who are in positions of authority act or overact in certain ways where people who are innocent end up being hurt. And it should not happen, not even one time.
All right. That's correct. What about you, Soren?
Yeah, this is the 4,998,342nd instance of this type of thing happening. So, it's very unfortunate, and it continues happening. And until we get it's not really the system that's the problem. It's the people that are in the system and the people that are carrying out the orders that I think it's shown that the majority of the American public does not agree with. But when I heard a quote in this movie I watched last week, Maxine, very interesting movie, but it said, angry people are so easy to lead. And I think since we have a lot of anger in our country, especially by the people in power, that they're transferring that anger or allowing that anger to fester. And we see things like this that happened to this gentleman manifest themselves over and over again, and it's unwarranted. So I think it's a travesty, and it doesn't reflect well on our country, as the other 4+ million examples haven't either.
All right, we got around about 1 more minute, Terminator.
This is example of a lot of folks in this country, their prejudiced views. Come on, like you said, like Soren said, this is how many umpteenth time they have these folks. Look, he was targeted because of his color. He was targeted because of his looks. I mean, there's no two ways about it. This dude, he had his passport on him. They wouldn't look at him. Look at it. So let's stop pretending this country, like this is not, like Ebro said, we didn't play, but this is who we are. This isn't, people say, oh, that's not who we are. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But if it was, if we weren't, it wouldn't be happening.
That's true. What about you, Noonan? You got around 30 seconds.
Where is the procedure, and where is any of that? Oh, we don't have any. Yeah, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. There's nobody following procedures, nobody following protocol, none of that, because there is none. Just go get. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, we hope they get it together, and that about does it for the Chris Thomas Show. Want to thank Soren Baker. Want to thank Mad Links. Want to thank Noonan LaRue. Want to thank Soren Baker, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank our sponsors: 1% Sugar Free, Man Perry, and Linda Wills, the great record promoter. Tony Medley, Mark Hayes. I know Terry Holt is listening, and everybody around is listening. Cuz Tony. All right. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. We out. We out. See you later, Vegas. See you tomorrow, Friday.
Good morning, Vegas. It's the Chris Thomas Morning Show. Fly Cry, Uncle James, Hall of Fame.